Everybody, this is an update on cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. Now, I haven't talked a lot about Bitcoin lately because there was not much one actually could do. The market is in a sideways consolidation, as you can see here on the weekly. So this is the weekly, this is the monthly. And my eye is here on this level, this important yellow level, the 10,500 basically. Price needs to break that level in order to actually go into a bullish mode again. But let's have a quick look back. So this was the high, right? End of 2017, $20,000 per Bitcoin, basically. So out of this momentum move, a pattern formed, which is an S1 pattern with a nice breakout and a rebreak. So this rebreak is basically the entry. So this is the entry, this is the stop. So this trade is still on. And while there were a couple of on lower time frames, there were a multitude of other long patterns. But talking here about the higher time frames. So this was another pattern that had triggered, but well, that failed. And as this failed, like if a pattern fails, that's kind of a contrarian signal. And I was expecting and hoping. I think my last update on cryptocurrencies was around here. I wanted the price to drop actually into this area to really have a good and low price, for to get into cryptocurrencies again. Well, this didn't happen. Well, we've seen this up move, but this up move actually never has broken this important bar high, and this is what I'm looking for. And if price comes so close and doesn't break this high, well, this has a lot to say. Like the bulls are so weak that they can't make even the last squares to gain a new ground, right? So what happened is a strong sell-off. Well, this is due to the Corona crisis as well. We see a similar pattern as with the US equities and metals and energies. That's a deflationary crash, and this crash actually goes into the target area I was hoping for, right? And from here a recovery occurred. And well, still, we came very close to actually break this. Now it's a double top. So this double top needs to be broken. So with this recent up move, you can see it on the daily chart. This recent up move came close to the yellow line, but it didn't break it. Anyway, what we see here is a consolidation pattern. So after this strong recovery from the Corona sell-off, after this strong recovery, well, price is sitting below the $10,000 number for one Bitcoin, and that's a very strong psychological level. Well, it's not only psychological. Well, we've seen prayer price activity above, touching above, and touching below. So this is a very important level. Now, with this strong up move, well, price has been able to consolidate, form a pattern on a high level. This could have seen much different, right? We could have seen a drop back towards the 5,000. Well, this did not happen. Well, that's a strength that shows strength of the bulls. And I'm actually quite bullish again now here on cryptocurrencies. So this last day, well, the day before yesterday, it actually produced a close above this consolidation pattern and above the 10,000. So kind of a price currently is squeezed between this important yellow, well, that's the double top, and the low of this consolidation pattern. So as long as we are in here, it's kind of a neutral bullish. If we break the red line, well, then I'm expecting actually to see a sell-off further down. And if we're able to get a bar close, a daily bar close, or even a weekly bar close above this yellow line, well, I'm completely 100% bullish again on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, well, has a big influence on the cryptocurrency market as such, as a whole. So let's talk about the two alternatives. So if it breaks out, well, then we have really nice stop run levels aligned here. And if this happens, if the breakout happens, well, it's all clustered with stop run levels. And my target, well, it's still the same. It's the first target is $25,000 per Bitcoin. So it looks pretty good. We've got a consolidation. Now here we've got a pattern within a pattern. So it's a smaller pattern within an overall pattern. Well, if this starts to run, we basically have double pressure. So if the small pattern fires, well, the big one will fire too. And that's what I call double pressure. Now the second alternative is that well, this is resistance at 10,000 and the yellow, the orange line. If you cannot break this resistance, well, we're getting a pullback, right? And ideally the pullback goes in this area, like in between these two green lines. This is the ideal pullback I'm waiting for, and then this might actually develop into a turtle pattern system too. And well, if it does, well, it will still need some time to develop. Basically the same time it took here to develop, which is from July to February. Well, it's basically half a year. So it would require another half a year. I don't think that this will happen. I think we'll see a breakout sooner or later. I would say 80% this alternative will follow through, and maybe 20% we're getting another. We'll continue this consolidation on a weekly chart. So I'm even more bullish for Ethereum. Ethereum, well, there was another nice pattern, an S2 pattern that I've traded, and Ethereum looks even more bullish. I was actually waiting here as this occurred. I was waiting for a sell-off, and a sell-off that makes a new low below the last low. Well, this did not happen with Ethereum, right? It came close, but it didn't happen. I was actually waiting for a new low, which is a fake breakout to the bottom, and then a big recovery higher. It didn't happen with Ethereum. It didn't happen with Bitcoin Cash, neither Litecoin, but it happened with other cryptos like Ripple, for example. So Ripple made a new low, right? And this is what I'm just slightly, it made a new low. And this is what I was waiting for. This is kind of, the moment where the last bulls are washed out of the market who are getting nervous. Let's have a look at some others here. Let's have a look at IOTA, which is a German coin. IOTA has actually made a new low, right? I really like that. So that's a sell-off and a recovery, and that's a test bar again. And as you can see, all those cryptos, altcoins that made a new low, well, they're showing a strong recovery too. So that goes from 75 to 250. So that it kind of quadrupled already in price. Let's have a look at another one, ADA. So this is ADA or Cardano. The same happened here. We made a new low and a very quick recovery. And yeah, that's what I had hoped for basically all altcoins, which are all cryptos except Bitcoin. Well, it happened for some of those, so it's partly fulfilled. And now I'm waiting for Bitcoin to break out. Basically, Bitcoin leads the market. If Bitcoin breaks out, I even think that Ethereum is leading Bitcoin. So well, the next important level is here, is the last high. That's the sub-run level, and the next one is the high on the weekly. I think Ethereum is going to lead Bitcoin, so I'm having a very close eye on Ethereum. Then ideally Bitcoin follows through, and if Bitcoin breaks out above the orange line, well, then the whole cryptocurrency market, then the altcoins will actually see very good strong buy momentum, especially those ones that had made a new low, as we talked about, IOTA, Cardano, etc. So I hope that was of interest. Thank you.